Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jared, and this is my channel, Mazda P3K. In this 5-minute fix video, we are going to replace the high mount brake light, sometimes called the third brake light, on my 1997 Ford E-150 Econoline club wagon. Without further ado, let's get started. So let me bring you up here. I don't have to get up on a step stool to look at this. This is already the second one. And there's two things going on here as to why I'm changing this out. Thing number one is this came from a junkyard, and the camera may not pick it up, but this has been cooked pretty good. The plastic is thin in places just from sun damage. And sooner or later it's going to fail. Like, you gotta see how you got the spidering up here. Now, it's better than the one that was original, which did have a crack in it that would have let water through. So a little better, but I wanted new, and it took me a while to figure out that you can still get the new ones and make them fit. We'll get into that in a few minutes. The other issue is that this uses a foam seal, a foam weather seal around the exterior, around the perimeter, and that seal is completely blown on this because, well, it's old, and I'm going to need to park this out in the weather for a while because I got some other stuff I need to work on. And I want to make sure we don't have a leak through here because of the interior design. If it leaks through here, I won't know until it's way too late. So we're going to get a screwdriver. We're going to open this up. We're going to disconnect it, and then we'll put the new one in. So I had a commenter who was not happy that I wasn't really showing the work I was doing. So part of it is I'm missing some infrastructure. I have a really not great tripod. It was not great in the beginning, and now it's really not great. So I need to invest in a better tripod. But I will try to show a little bit more. But leave me something in the comments. Are you guys okay with detailed instructions on how something gets done, showing key points, parts, tips and tricks? Or do you more prefer a longer video where you're actually seeing the disassembly, what we're doing right now? And we're taking these screws out and whatnot, and then we're going to pop this up and out. So there you go. See, from the junkyard. That's the seal I was talking about, and you can see that seal is just, it's gone. Like, it's here, but it's completely compressed, and I really don't trust it. So what we need to do is just pop out these two sockets. They're going to be a quarter turn or so. Not a quarter, I guess. About half of a quarter, or not a 90 is what I meant. Yeah, 90, so about a 45. Bulb comes out. Bulb comes out. Come on. Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. Did I lose a light bulb? I did lose a light bulb, so I got to get that out. But there you go. That comes out. And if you have a conversion van like me, this is an opportunity for you to kind of take a peek in here. Like, I see this wood may have gotten wet at some point because of how it looks. It's not bad, but probably got a little wet. This is the, maybe hard to see, this is the rear radio that comes in the conversion van. Unfortunately, it only partially works, which is kind of poopy. But all of this is inside of, there's a wooden cabinet you can see from the inside. So you can't really get access to any of this. This is your only way to do it. So if you ever needed to service this radio, to take it out or do whatever, you have to push it out through here. And then as you can see, I've got a little bit of surface rust here. I do eventually intend to save up, take it to a body shop, get that fixed. Anyway, let me get the new light. So this is a Dorman 923290. And when we look at what comes fresh out of the package, you'll notice something extra here. If you've got a standard Econoline or the cargo variant, this is your rear cargo light, and it is attached to this assembly. And in my case, that needs to come off because I think we'll have a clearance issue if I don't. The original light was like this. It didn't have that assembly mounted on it. The good news is there's 4 screws that you can remove, and it takes the entire cargo light assembly off, and then you're down to just the standard tail light. You can install that. So I'm going to get all this wrapping off. I can't do it two-handed, and then I'll show you how to take this light off, and then we'll proceed with installation. All right, so let's start working on this. Again, it's a Phillips, and this one may be a little bit tight where I need two hands to get it out. But step one is just take out these two Phillips, and then I'll show you the other two. Okay, once you've got the Phillips off, take off the case. And Dorman was kind enough to go ahead and put some incandescents in here. So that bulb will go into the stash, because you never know when that'll come up. But you need to take out this guy and this guy. These are the ones that actually hold this cargo lamp housing to the rest of the assembly. And the screws aren't big, and they're good screws. So again, you just kind of take them out, and they're going to go in the stash, you know. Oh, one-handed power. Yay, they're not tight. I desperately need to get some proper tripods, but part of the problem is I don't want to invest a ton of money into tripods and things until I have a better phone, because right now my phone is my camera, has been for the last couple of years, because the channel hasn't gotten big enough or to the point where I feel like I should invest in, you know, something bigger and better. But here we are, thinking of getting a Pixel phone, or maybe a Fairphone or something like that. Better camera, easy to repair and upgrade and things like that, because Samsung's UI drives me insane. Anyway, squirrel over. So we're going to take this bulb out and just kind of pop it out. Oh, okay, Dorman, thank you for being cheap. You there. Just completely compressed it, so I may have to get a... Okay, there we go. Alright, so that bulb's probably toast. I don't know. I might be able to fix this cap. It's very soft metal, as you can see. Anyway, you may see we have a problem here, which is we have some wiring that's connecting us to the rest of the harness. So we got a choice here. You can try to push these contacts out, right? Or what I'm probably going to do, just for sake of expediency, is I'm going to cut these two wires, and then I will fold them and cap them with electrical tape, and then probably zip tie or bundle them with the rest of these so they're not in the way. And in that way we will convert this into a taillight assembly that will fit into here. So before you do anything you can't undo, like cutting wires, without basically, so you can still send this back to the store if you want, make sure you do a fitment check and make sure this will fit in for you. So if we kind of take this and kind of look at it, I have it upside down, put that feed through, I'd say yeah, that's going to fit. We should be good. Alright, I'm going to nip these wires, tape them, and all that good stuff, and then we'll continue with the installation. Well, you can do all that I just said, or if you're fine using your old harness is already here. So all you got to do is just disconnect this pigtail, save it for a rainy day, and then take the assembly and connect it to your old harness. Now, if your harness is shot and you do need this pigtail, then you'll need to do what I just described. And the other end of it is, it's buried. I think it's buried. Yeah, I can feel the connector. You can't see it. It's over here. It's buried deep in there. So if you got to use this pigtail, you've got to fight ahead of you, because I don't think you could get access to that, at least in a conversion van, unless you drop this speaker cabinet thing that runs across the top. And I don't know how to drop that. So anyway, I'm gonna rotate these out. I bet Dorman was kind enough to give some bulbs to us. Let's see. They were. So I will transfer over these bulbs since they are brand spanking new, and then we'll go from there. All right, so these are keyed. As you can see, each side's a little bit different size, so it can only go in this hole one way. And then you're going to twist it about 45 degrees to lock it. So as you can see, I already put one in. Kind of looking at our sizes here, it looks like this one might be the biggest. Let's see if we can't get this to sneak in here. Come on. There it goes. And then we're going to turn it to the right. That's it. So now it's locked in, and we have removed the exterior cargo light, which again, you're only going to need to do that if you have a conversion van. There we go. If you don't have a conversion van, leave that whole thing attached and just go ahead and pop it right in. All right, so my original exterior screws are these guys. Go ahead and start threading that in. That one went right through. This one's kind of fighting a little bit. There we go. Now you notice that we actually have some press here, right? That's because the foam seal is brand new. Again, that's why I wanted this, because it's going to be sitting outside. Got to make room for, I don't know if you can see it up over there, my red Miata next to that F-250. Got to replace the top, and yes, I will be filming that. So anyway, let's see if we can get this to bite. Oh, looks like we got it. Let's see if we can get this one to bite. Yeah, I think I need a bigger screwdriver. Let me go do that. Alright, bigger screwdriver acquired. Oh yeah, that's much better. Go ahead and get that in. You don't want to make this crazy tight. You are driving into plastic. It will crack. But we do want to bring this in. Bring it in kind of even. You'll notice, you'll see the whole light assembly kind of settling. So you can look from the side. See how settled you are. But bring it down until you're tight so that your weather sealing is working, but not so tight that you're cracking stuff. And then the last thing we'll need to do is, of course, test. All right, pro tip, because this is springy, it's going to fight you. You want to bring it down. In this case, it started making kind of plasticky noises, so I knew I was good. But see the gap between the steel and the plastic? You should be level-ish all the way down. See, this one is still a hair above, but it's getting really tight, so I don't want to bring this down any further and crack this housing. And also, if there's, overly stressed, give it some time, a couple years, you're going to get cracks coming out of here. So anyway, this is in, so let me go hit the lights and let's see what we get. And there we go. We have 2 operating lights, so this is a good repair. Alrighty folks, that's going to do it for this 5-minute fix where we changed out the high mount brake light for my 1997 Ford E-150 Econoline. So if you found this educational, if you found it entertaining, if you found it helpful, please consider sharing, and subscribing. That does help to grow the channel so I can bring you more content. Please also leave a comment. I like to read them, I like to respond to them, and I like to learn from them. And as always guys, do remember, I make mistakes so that when you do it, you don't have to. I'll see you guys next episode.